Coffee Break German, Season 2, Episode 38. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Coffee Break German. Ich bin Marc.
Und ich bin Andrea.
Wie geht's dir, Andrea?
Mir geht's wunderbar. Und dir, Marc?
Nicht schlecht.
Sehr gut.
Yeah, nicht schlecht. We were just talking there before we got started recording about an ongoing situation that we've been experiencing for, well, actually a number of years now, where some lovely developers have stolen our content and put it into an app and are selling that app on the App Store. Now, if you have come across a Coffee Break German app or a Coffee Break Language Academy app in recent times, then you need to know that that is not our app. We, at this stage in November 2018, have not yet launched an app. We focus on putting our content into the Coffee Break Academy. So if you've come across that, please do not buy anything in that app. There are plenty of clues in the app to suggest that this is not really the best place to find things like, for example, spelling mistakes and strange punctuation and so on. But it's not ours. So don't buy it, please. Anyway, we're here to talk about German.
Yes, and we have a very exciting episode ahead of us.
We do. It's, well, something has happened. Etwas ist passiert, ja?
Yes, it's quite worrying.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to, as usual, listen to the whole episode first. And then we'll go back and go through it in some more detail. Also, bist du bereit?
Ich bin bereit. Und du?
Ja, ich bin bereit. Also, los geht's. So as we explained, we're just going to listen to the whole episode now, and then we'll discuss things afterwards. Let's have a listen. Tschüss, Carola und Miriam. Ich gehe zur Arbeit.
Tschüss, Philipp.
Bis später.
Hey Alex, was ist denn passiert? Hier ist überall Polizei.
Mann, Philipp, über Nacht wurde eingebrochen.
Oh nein, was wurde gestohlen?
Nicht viel. Ich habe gestern die Kasse geleert, als ich ging. Aber wie du siehst, wurde viel kaputt gemacht. Die Spiegel hinter der Bar, Flaschen und Gläser. Dann haben sie ein paar Bier gestohlen.
Nun, Herr Müller, Sie leiten den Pub, während Ihr Chef im Urlaub ist, ja?
Ja, genau. Das musste ja auch jetzt passieren.
Haben Sie denn den Besitzer des Pubs angerufen?
Ich habe es versucht, aber leider habe ich ihn noch nicht erreicht. Bei ihm ist jetzt noch mitten in der Nacht.
Verstehe. Es besteht ja vor allem Sachschaden. Bargeld und Wertgegenstände wurden, soweit ich verstehe, keine gestohlen.
Das stimmt. Aber wie Sie sehen, wurde einiges kaputt gemacht. Wir müssen sicher eine Woche zumachen.
Ich nehme an, Sie sind versichert.
Natürlich. Wir brauchen aber so schnell wie möglich den Polizeibericht, damit wir den an die Versicherung weitergeben können.
Ja, meine Kollegin notiert alles und wird einen Bericht schreiben. Den schicken wir Ihnen dann per Post zu. Jetzt müssen wir Ihnen aber noch ein paar Fragen stellen, um den Tathergang zu rekonstruieren.
Aber sicher. Was müssen Sie wissen?
Wer hat gestern abgeschlossen?
Das war ich. Ich habe alle Eingänge kontrolliert, die Läden geschlossen und die Kasse geleert.
Gab es während des Abends irgendwelche Auffälligkeiten? Vielleicht eine Gruppe unzufriedener Gäste?
Nein, es war alles ganz normal. Wir hatten keine Probleme.
Wann haben Sie den Einbruch bemerkt?
Um 5 Uhr ging der Alarm los. Da bin ich sofort hierher gekommen. Aber da waren die Einbrecher schon weg.
Wie lange hat das gedauert?
Etwa 20 Minuten.
Verstehe. Gut. Vielen Dank, Herr Müller. Wir melden uns dann bei Ihnen. Falls es Fragen gibt, können Sie mich unter dieser Nummer hier erreichen.
Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Mann, Alex, was machst du jetzt?
Ja, ich werde mal anfangen aufzuräumen und dann versuche ich, den Chef zu erreichen. Warum musste das unbedingt jetzt passieren?
Ach, ich glaube nicht, dass das deine Schuld ist. Ich bin sicher, dass dein Chef nicht wütend ist.
Ja, hoffentlich hast du recht.
Sicher. Komm, wir räumen auf. Oh dear. It seems that Alex has not had the best of days.
Nein, überhaupt nicht. Was ist denn passiert?
It seems that there's been a break-in at the
Ja, ein Einbruch.
pub. And I'm not quite sure if they've stolen anything, because did I understand that Alex had emptied the till?
Ja, genau. Er hat die Kasse geleert. Ja, so
But-
emptied the till.
But they did make a bit of a mess.
Ja, genau. Und sie haben etwas anderes gestohlen.
All right, so they did steal some. Oh, of course, they stole some beer.
Ja, genau.
Okay.
Genau.
So I think the police woman arrives.
Yes.
And she asks some questions. And I think I heard something about Versicherung or something.
Ja, eine Versicherung, ja.
So that's insurance.
Ja, insurance.
Okay,
exactly.
So they talk about insurance, and then the police officer asks some questions to establish exactly what's happened, and so that they can. Was there something about reconstructing the crime scene?
Ja, rekonstruieren den Tathergang. The Tathergang is basically what happened.
Right.
Ja, die Tat is the deed.
The deed, okay,
yeah.
Right.
But in a like criminal sense, it would be the crime.
Right,
Yeah.
because there's a famous German Sunday night tradition of Tatort, isn't there?
Ja, genau. Tatort is the crime scene.
The crime scene. So Ort
Genau.
being place,
Genau.
and Tatort then is the crime scene.
Yeah. Do you want to quickly explain to listeners what Tatort is?
I'll try. I remember Julia talking about this in our cultural episodes. It's basically a TV series that's been going on for many, many years.
Yes,
is that right?
decades. Huh?
Decades, yeah. And it's a crime story that's different each week. Is that right?
Yes. So it's a cooperation of the German-speaking countries of their state television.
Okay.
And every week, it's a different police team,
Right.
and in a different city.
Ah, okay.
So it could be in Zurich, it could be in Berlin, in Vienna,
Right.
or anywhere. And some people have their favorite police squad.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So for example, I love the team in Munich.
Okay.
They're very funny.
Right.
And it's good. It's every Sunday at 8:00, and it's a tradition, really.
Okay. I guess it's a little similar to CSI that moves from different places. So CSI Miami, CSI Las Vegas, and so on.
Yes.
If our listeners are familiar with that.
Yes.
So you've got different groups of police officers solving crimes in different parts of the German-speaking world.
Exactly.
I think it's possible to find some of this online. I'm not
Yes.
sure whether it's on Netflix or whatever, but have a look for Tatort. That's Tatort.
Yes.
And you'll hopefully find some good crime
It's
series
really
from
good.
Germany.
It's really
Or
good.
from German-speaking areas,
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
Okay. Well, we're talking about our Tathergang.
Ja, genau. Tathergang. So Tat is the crime, and the Hergang is what has happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're going to try and reconstruct it based on the questions that the Polizistin asks Alex.
Genau.
And then at the end, I think he talks about aufräumen.
Yeah.
That's cleaning up.
Yeah, tidying up.
Tidying
because they
up.
obviously they made a lot of a mess.
Yep.
And he then also has to explain it to whom.
To
what
his
happened.
boss, I think.
Yeah, because the boss is on holidays.
Right.
And he doesn't know anything about it yet.
Okay. Let's go through the conversation in a little more detail, and we'll pick up on some of the language points in this now. So we'll listen to the first section of the conversation when, well, first of all, Philip leaves the flat and heads to the pub, and then he finds out what's happened. Tschüss, Carola und Miriam. Ich gehe zur Arbeit.
Tschüss, Philipp.
Bis später.
Hey Alex, was ist denn passiert? Hier ist überall Polizei.
Mann, Philipp, über Nacht wurde eingebrochen.
Oh nein, was wurde gestohlen?
Nicht viel. Ich habe gestern die Kasse geleert, als ich ging. Aber wie du siehst, wurde viel kaputt gemacht. Die Spiegel hinter der Bar, Flaschen und Gläser. Dann haben sie ein paar Bier gestohlen.
Okay, so in this first section, well, there's been a word that's been repeated a number of times.
Yes.
And it's, for me, it kind of flags up something that's a little complicated. I don't know if I'm overcomplicating this.
No, it's not complicated at all.
Good, okay.
Okay.
So you must explain then.
Yes, so it's the word wurde.
Wurde,
Yeah, wurde.
okay.
And wurde, that signifies that we have a passive.
Passive,
there.
okay. So that's something that happened in the
Yes.
sense it was done.
Yeah, so maybe we can quickly look at the examples. So über Nacht wurde eingebrochen.
I was actually wondering about that. Is there a pronoun missing there or a subject missing there?
Yeah, we could say es wurde über Nacht eingebrochen.
Right.
Yeah.
So what
could
does
say.
this literally mean?
It means during the night, über Nacht, it was broken into. So the pub.
The pub. So they're referring to the pub.
Yeah.
And wurde eingebrochen. So, wurde there is meaning what?
This means was.
Right.
So if we look at the other examples, was wurde gestohlen? What was stolen?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the passive here, thinking from a grammatical point of view, what was stolen, what did someone steal is an active version. What was stolen, where you're using was in an adjective in a sense, that's the passive version.
Yes. So in English, you use the verb to be.
To be, yep.
Yeah. But in German, we use the verb werden.
So that's that verb to become.
Yes.
Okay.
And then in the past, this is obviously the Präteritum, we use wurde.
Okay, so are there 6 forms of that in the Präteritum?
Yes. Ich wurde, du wurdest, er, sie, es wurde, wir wurden, ihr wurdet, sie wurden.
Okay, so there are 6 forms, so everyone can have something done to them in a sense.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so in this case, we're talking about the pub, and although it's not mentioned, we're skipping it out and we're saying Übernacht wurde eingebrochen. And then was wurde gestohlen? What was stolen?
Ja, und dann es wurde viel kaputt gemacht. A lot was broken.
Was broken. Okay, so again, rather than they broke a lot, referring to the robbers, the people who broke in, a lot was broken.
Yes. So why do you think we're using the passive here?
Well, I guess we're recounting the events of the crime, but we don't really know who did it.
Yes, exactly. We don't know who did it. And maybe in English you would say they stole this and they did that. But in German we prefer to use the passive if we don't know who it was.
Okay. So what exactly did happen? Alex says that there was, you've explained there was lots broken.
Yes.
What does he say was broken?
Die Spiegel hinter der Bar.
So that's the mirror behind the bar.
Flaschen und Gläser.
So bottles and glasses.
Yes. And then here it says, dann haben sie ein paar Bier gestohlen.
Right.
Yeah, so then they did steal a few beers.
So there he's talking about sie.
Yeah, what this obviously does to us is that we are imagining a group of people stealing beers, but we don't know whether it was a group of people or just one person, etc.
Can I try putting that into the passive?
Yes.
So would I say, dann wurde ein paar Bier... No, that's not right.
Yeah, ein paar Bier is more than one. Huh?
So wurden.
Ja.
Dann wurden ein paar Bier gestohlen.
Genau, sehr gut.
So we don't... Yeah, because I'm still thinking we're needing a verb in there, but wurden is the verb.
Yes.
Dann wurden ein paar Bier gestohlen.
Genau, super.
It's actually quite easy.
Yeah, it's easy, I told you.
Okay. I'm glad we worked round to that. Okay, let's listen to the next section and see what happens when Alex and the police officer have a discussion.
Nun, Herr Müller, Sie leiten den Pub, während Ihr Chef im Urlaub ist, ja?
Ja, genau. Das musste ja auch jetzt passieren.
Haben Sie denn den Besitzer des Pubs angerufen?
Ich habe es versucht, aber leider habe ich ihn noch nicht erreicht. Bei ihm ist jetzt noch mitten in der Nacht.
Verstehe. Es besteht ja vor allem Sachschaden. Bargeld und Wertgegenstände wurden, soweit ich verstehe, keine gestohlen.
Das stimmt. Aber wie Sie sehen, wurde einiges kaputt gemacht. Wir müssen sicher eine Woche zumachen.
Ich nehme an, Sie sind versichert.
Natürlich. Wir brauchen aber so schnell wie möglich den Polizeibericht, damit wir den an die Versicherung weitergeben können.
Ja, meine Kollegin notiert alles und wird einen Bericht schreiben. Den schicken wir Ihnen dann per Post zu. Jetzt müssen wir Ihnen aber noch ein paar Fragen stellen, um den Tathergang zu rekonstruieren.
Aber sicher. Was müssen Sie wissen?
Okay, so we've had a conversation between Alex and the police officer. What do you want to pick up on here, Andrea?
Yes, so Alex has a further problem, which is, who is not there?
Well, the boss isn't there.
Ja, genau. How do we say boss in German?
I don't know, is it der Chef?
Yeah, it's der Chef.
Der
so
Chef.
Careful, listeners.
Yeah.
Der Chef is not the chef. Yeah. How would we say the chef?
It's something about cooking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Der Koch.
Der Koch.
Der Koch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So der Chef is whoever is above you. Yeah. So in this case, it's probably the owner of the pub or the manager.
Okay.
Yeah. So, und der ist im Urlaub, which is a problem.
I mean, I don't think Alex has been able to get hold of him yet.
Yes.
Because did he say it's the middle of the night for him? Is
Ja,
that right?
genau, es ist mitten in der Nacht.
Mitten in der Nacht.
Ja.
How would you say in the middle of the night? In der, mitten in...
Nein, mitten in der Nacht.
Mitten in der
In
Nacht.
the middle of the night is mitten in der Nacht.
Okay, so we don't need in the middle, we just say middle in the night.
Yes.
Right.
And how would we say in the middle of the day?
Mitten in der Tag?
Am Tag.
So why is it am Tag here?
I don't know. Well, it's not an der Tag
Yeah.
because Tag is masculine.
Of course. Yeah.
But why Nacht is in and Tag an, I don't know.
Okay, so Sprachgefühl there, yeah?
Yes,
You just need to
absolutely.
get a feeling for the language and then
Yes.
you know whether it's in der Nacht, but an dem Tag.
Genau,
oder
am Tag. Genau.
Okay.
Super. So, and then the Polizistin establishes again that very little was stolen, but that things were broken, and she says, es besteht ja vor allem Sachschaden. Was ist Sachschaden?
Well, I know that eine Sache is a thing.
Yes.
And is Schaden something to do with, like when you say it's a shame? Ach, schade.
Aha. I find this very interesting that you came to this conclusion.
Okay.
Aber Schaden is damage.
Oh, right. So when you say schade, as in, oh, that's a shame, are you
Yes.
literally saying that's damage?
No, because that would be Schade and not Schaden.
Okay.
I don't know what Schade is. That'll be interesting. I will have to look this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might cover this in the bonus episode then.
But what is interesting then obviously is Schadenfreude.
Right.
What are we actually happy about?
Well, you're happy about someone else's damage.
Yes, absolutely.
That gets quite
it's really a
scary.
terrible sentiment, really. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's so. Sachschaden is damage to things.
To things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she says, Bargeld und Wertgegenstände wurden, soweit ich verstehe, keine gestohlen. So Bargeld, we know.
That's the money.
Yeah, it's cash.
Cash,
ja.
yeah.
Und Wertgegenstände. So, was ist ein Gegenstand?
I don't know. Das weiß ich nicht.
Ein Object.
Okay.
Ja, und Wert. Wert is a value.
Oh,
Ja,
right.
so a
Objects of value.
valuable object.
Right.
Yes.
I'm learning lots today.
I know,
hope I'm never going to have to use all
It's
these words.
police language, what can I say? So, and obviously then, because of the damage, she thinks, I think you are insured. Sie sind versichert.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And if you are versichert, you have an insurance.
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
that would be die Versicherung.
Die Versicherung. Okay. So Alex says that they are insured, I think.
Of course. And then the Polizistin says she has written everything down and will write a report, which she will send by post.
Mhm.
Yes. And then she says, but then we first have to ask you a few more questions about what happened.
This is the bit where they mentioned the Tathergang.
Genau. Yes.
So she said we've got to ask you a few questions in order to reconstruct the crime events.
Yes,
Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay. Right. And at that point, Alex says, okay, what are these questions? And we're going to listen to this next section, but we'll do that after our break.
Wir unterbrechen diese Sendung für eine sehr wichtige Meldung. If you'd like to make faster progress with your German, don't forget that you can use the premium version of this course, which features video versions of the lessons, comprehensive lesson notes and bonus listening materials. Also, worauf wartest du? What are you waiting for? If you'd like to take your German to the next level, go to coffeebreakgermanplus.com.
Okay, we're following the scene of the crime here. Let's listen to the next section.
Wer hat gestern abgeschlossen?
Das war ich. Ich habe alle Eingänge kontrolliert, die Läden geschlossen und die Kasse geleert.
Gab es während des Abends irgendwelche Auffälligkeiten? Vielleicht eine Gruppe unzufriedener Gäste?
Nein, es war alles ganz normal. Wir hatten keine Probleme.
Wann haben Sie den Einbruch bemerkt?
Um 5 Uhr ging der Alarm los. Da bin ich sofort hierher gekommen. Aber da waren die Einbrecher schon weg.
Wie lange hat das gedauert?
Etwa 20 Minuten.
Verstehe. Gut. Vielen Dank, Herr Müller. Wir melden uns dann bei Ihnen. Falls es Fragen gibt, können Sie mich unter dieser Nummer hier erreichen.
Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Mann, Alex, was machst du jetzt?
Ja, ich werde mal anfangen aufzuräumen und dann versuche ich, den Chef zu erreichen. Warum musste das unbedingt jetzt passieren?
Ach, ich glaube nicht, dass das deine Schuld ist. Ich bin sicher, dass dein Chef nicht wütend ist.
Ja, hoffentlich hast du recht.
Sicher. Komm, wir räumen auf. Okay, so in this section, Alex answered all the questions from the police officer. So can we go through some of them?
Ja, natürlich. So, the first thing she wants to know was who closed up, who locked up.
Yep.
Yeah? And she asked, wer hat gestern abgeschlossen?
So who closed up yesterday?
Genau. And it was Alex, yeah? And he then goes through a list of things that he did when he's locking up. What are these things?
He mentions something about the Eingänge. Are those the entrances?
Yes.
So he checked all
the
entrances.
doors.
Oh, the
Yes.
doors, right, okay. What else did he do? Can you remind
die
me?
Läden geschlossen.
Is the Läden, is that like the shop?
No. It's the shutters.
Ah, okay. So the shutters. So he closed the shutters.
Yes.
And then something about emptying the till.
Yeah. And what is really interesting about this sentence is that this is obviously all in the perfect, and they are all perfects that are conjugated with haben.
Yep.
So he uses haben only once. Ja, ich habe alle Eingänge kontrolliert, die Läden geschlossen und die Kasse geleert. So he doesn't say ich habe again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, so just all of those depend on the first
Yes,
ich habe, yeah.
Exactly. Und then so die Läden geschlossen, so Läden is the plural.
Yep.
What would be the singular?
I'm not sure which gender it is.
Is der?
Der.
Mhm.
So is it der Laden?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's exactly, and that's why you thought it might
The
be
shop,
shop.
yeah, uh-huh.
Because it's exactly the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
so der Laden, but die Läden.
Yeah. And if we want to be really sure, we could say der Fensterladen, die Fensterläden.
Right, okay,
Yes.
so that explains that it's window shutters, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the police officer also asks perhaps something about, I heard something about, is it unfriendly guests?
Yes. So she asks whether there was anything that was maybe not normal.
Right, out of the ordinary?
Suspect, ja, okay. So gab es während des Abends irgendwelche Auffälligkeiten? Vielleicht eine Gruppe unzufriedener Gäste?
That's the bit I heard, yes.
Yeah.
So perhaps some unfriendly guests. But the first part there, I'm not sure what during the evening.
Yes,
während des Abends.
Irgendwelche, so any,
Okay.
Auffälligkeiten.
What are Auffälligkeiten?
So auffällig means it is out of the ordinary.
Uh-huh.
It catches our attention.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the noun as die Auffälligkeit. So she asks whether there was something that would have caught your attention, which was out of the ordinary.
Okay. Okay. But I think Alex says no, there wasn't anything untowards.
Yes, and no problems. And then the police officer asks when he noticed that there was a break-in.
I think the alarm went off at 5:00.
Yes.
Okay.
And he then immediately went to the pub.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the burglars were already gone.
Right.
Yeah. And there was about a 20 minutes time frame in which he received the call that the alarm went off and him arriving at the pub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So at the end, the police officer, I think she says if there's anything, if you've got any further questions, then she gives them the card and they've got a number on the card to call if there are any further information that they can share.
And it's really good. It's falls es Fragen gibt. So she doesn't even say in case you have any question, but in case there are
any
questions. Yeah.
And falls there, is there another word we can use instead of there? Could we use ob?
Nein, nicht ob, sondern wenn. Wenn.
Okay.
The problem with when is that when could be if and when.
Right.
So, I think it's a good use of falls there because falls only means if. Ob means if in an indirect question.
Ah, right. So she asked me if there were any questions.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, right. Wow, it's a little bit complicated there with den and ob and falls.
Yeah, I think that is one of the things people struggle a bit. Not only English speakers learning German, but also the other way around.
Right,
you know,
of course, yeah.
And I remember a very funny story when Miss Switzerland was competing in the, I think, Miss World competition or something.
Okay.
And all the candidates had to say at the beginning of the show, if I become Miss World or Miss Universe or one of these things, I know where you're going here. Then I will do this and that. And unfortunately, Miss Switzerland said, when I become Miss Universe, and that didn't go down well
it's
at
good to be
all.
Confident, though.
Needless to say that she didn't.
Oh dear.
She didn't win. Still a lovely girl, but she didn't win.
Okay, now at the end, Alex, the police officer leaves and Philip and Alex talk about what they're going to do. So I think, first of all, he mentions the boss again, the chef.
Yes. So he will try to get in touch with the boss. And then he says, warum musste das unbedingt jetzt passieren? Yeah, what does this mean?
I don't know what unbedingt
Unbedingt means that it's necessary.
Right, so why must this necessarily now happen? Oh, why did this have to happen right now?
Yes, exactly.
I see. Okay,
yes.
Good. Okay, well, at the end, I think Alex is going to tidy things up, and he uses aufräumen.
Genau, aufräumen, to tidy up, yeah. And Philip thinks, it's a good idea to tidy up. So he says, komm, wir räumen auf.
So we've got a nice separable verb there.
Yes, good. Wonderful, no? And he says it, he is encouraging Alex to join in, but he's not using an imperative.
Right.
Otherwise, we would say, komm, räumen wir auf.
Right, I get it. So räumen wir auf is the imperative,
yes.
let's clean up or let's tidy up.
But here he says, saying, komm, wir räumen auf.
Yeah, we'll get this tidied up. We're going to tidy up, that kind of idea.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Well, there we have it. Now we hope that text makes more sense to you now. Okay, that's it for this episode of Coffee Break German. Now, of course, there is the bonus episode in which we're going to go through every sentence of this passage in detail, and we're just about to record that now. That's the bonus audio episode, which is accompanied by a set of lesson notes with further information about the language contained in the episode, and of course the video version, which will help you understand the words and phrases contained that bit more, because you'll be seeing the words on the screen as you listen. You can find out about all of that at coffeebreakgerman.com.
Don't forget that you can follow Coffee Break German on social media. If you would like to practice your language skills and learn more about German culture, then follow us on Facebook. Just search for Coffee Break German. We are also on Twitter, we are Learn German, and follow the exploits of the Coffee Break language team on Instagram, where we are Coffee Break Languages.
The exploits, I like that. we get up to lots of things here at Coffee Break Languages, and we always try to post some photos of what we're doing over on Instagram. And there's also new language learning content on Instagram in the Instagram stories, so make sure you check that out. For now, that's it. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope that you have been interested in what's happened in the pub. We'll be back again soon with the next episode. But for now, vielen Dank und tschüss.
Bis bald.
You have been listening to a production of the Coffee Break Academy for the Radio Lingua Network. Copyright 2018 Radiolingua Limited. Recording copyright 2018 Radiolingua Limited. All rights reserved.